Hey everybody, and welcome to week 6 of Q&A with me, Ardrea Smith, aka Mochalatta Curls. As usual, thank you all so much for your likes, shares, and subscribes. I appreciate your love and your feedback so much. It's been a lot of fun, and we're going to keep this thing rolling, so let's just go ahead and jump into those questions. Okay, so with this question, I guess we can kind of piggyback off of a question from week 5, last week's Q&A. I don't think that hair length is strictly genetics. Do genetics play a big role in it? Absolutely. Of course, lineage and hereditary genes and things that are passed down, switched around, swapped out, kicked out, put in. Like, a lot of that can determine how your hair, the rate at which your hair grows. But most of with length is going to have to come from you. That's going to consist of your diet. That's going to consist of how you maintain and manipulate your hair. We all know what you put in your body shows on the outside. So, having a really good diet, irons and calciums and fruits, veggies, your water intake. Water intake is very important since the majority of our body and our hair is made up of water, a great percentage of water. It's very important that, you pay attention to what you put in your body and on your hair. So to answer the question in short, no, I do not believe that genetics strictly determines hair length. I think that it more so comes from you. Okay, y'all, so refresher sprays. I have a love-hate relationship with refresher sprays because with my hair texture, water can be my best friend and my worst enemy. For example, if I'm wanting to have a defined look, water can definitely hinder the style that I might be going for. Now, if I'm trying to moisturize my hair, keep it hydrated, water is my best friend. So with refresher sprays, 99.9% of them, the main ingredient is water. So with that being said, if I spray it on my hair, it's gonna just kind of poof up. But I still use them. I prefer to kind of make my own because I can kind of alter it to how much water versus how much other products I have in it, such as with mine, I mix water, aloe vera juice, a little bit of my favorite leave-in, which is Jane Carter solution, and I'll put some oil. So when I mix my own at home, I can kind of alter the levels of how much water is actually in it versus how much oil I have in it, which is going to affect, how I'll be able to get the use out of it for my hair. So, don't get me wrong, I have bought them. I do have some. I've tried them in the past. The only time I really will use refresher sprays is in the midst of, like I'm on the go or I'm not at home or I don't have my favorite at-home made leave-in spray on me or refresher spray on me. So I wouldn't believe the hype about refresher sprays. I wouldn't believe the hype. They're okay, but they ain't all that. Okay, so with this question, I have 2 lotions / mousses that I like to use for my Bantu knot outs and my perm rods and flexi rod sets and all that stuff. This first one here, let's start with this one. So this first one here that I have is by The Main Choice. It's from her Pink Lemonade Coconut line. It is called Super Antioxidant. And guys, I have to read it off the bottle because with The Main Choice, like, the titles of her products just be so long, like, so hard to remember. But this is called Super Antioxidant and Texture Beautifier Mousse. With this one, I like it only because The Main Choice does a really good job of trying to incorporate organic and natural products. But this is a bit on the pricey side. I purchased it when it first came out. It was $14.99. It still may be at that same price, maybe $1, a few cents more. I'm not sure because you see I've kind of used it kind of graciously. I don't know if you could see in there, but I really don't have much missing out of here because when I do mine, I don't use a whole lot. A little goes a long way. So this is a favorite, but again, this is on the pricey side. This one here, This is by Smooth and Shine, and it's called Ultra Style Beautifying Mousse. This one is a lot cheaper. I honestly don't remember the exact amount that I paid for it, but I know it was not over $5. The only thing that I don't like about this one is, of course, that the ingredients, propane, butane, isobutane. I don't really see a whole lot of. It's not organic enough for me. We'll just say that. But I mean, it gets the job done. Yeah, it gets the job done. All hair types 1 through 4. So yeah, if you want to give this one a try, you don't really want to go for the expensive brand, you can try this one. It does really good hold, and I mean it really does smooth and polish your hair. And if you're more like me, you're into the organic things, and you don't mind the prices, you can definitely give the Main Choice a try. Okay, so I do remember touching on porosity. I believe it was in the tutorial when I was talking about the LOC and LCO method. But porosity, for those of you who don't know, just really quick, porosity is the rate at which your hair absorbs products and water. So for those people who are low porosity, such as me, you will hear me talk about how my hair is low porosity. That means that the shafts of my hair, they're kind of like this. Like they're really, really tight, and it's really hard for moisture to get in, which is why I have to incorporate heat, which is my steamer, to open up those cuticles so that all that good stuff can get in, the water and whatever good products I put on my hair. There is a such thing as medium porosity, which is pretty much just about a perfect balance of not too high and not too low. That's what you really should aim for with natural hair, is having medium porosity hair. You can alter that, and we'll talk about that later. And then with high porosity, that's basically where like your shaft is kind of like this, like there's just like these gaps. And again, like I don't want you guys to think it's a bad thing, but there's really gaps in the cuticles, and sometimes that can just come from just damaged hair, colored hair, very dry hair, just your hair texture. I mean, it just may be high porosity. So I would say if you're having trouble with frizziness and it seems dry, and it seems like as soon as you put water on it, it just kind of dries up and shrivels up, you may be high porosity. Okay, so I'm gonna have to break this question up, because with grease, I don't really use grease. Again, my hair is low porosity. You guys are gonna get tired of hearing me say that probably, but I just really want you all to understand the importance of knowing what your hair is and how your hair, reacts to things. But with low porosity hair, greases, heavy oils, petroleum-based products, silicone-based products, those things really don't work good for my hair. So I try to stay away from greases in a sense. Oh, can you do me a favor, babe? Can you run and get me, because I want to show them. It's called Doesn't Get Much Better Than This, on the Main Choice shelf. My babe's so good to me. Okay, so as far as a grease, I guess you can say, I use the Main Choice Doesn't Get Much Better Than This. It's called a daily hair dressing. With this, I actually will melt it down and blend it in a little, I'm not gonna make her run back and get it. I have this little tube that has my oils, blended oils, and melted hair dressing in it. So I take and melt this down to where it's like a semi-liquid state, and I just kind of run that through my scalp. I will do that maybe once a week, because again, with my scalp personally, I mean, and that's that. Let's start there. It all goes back to what works for you. You're gonna have to kind of play around and learn what will work for your hair, because what works for me may not work for you. You may have to incorporate greasing or dressing your scalp maybe once or twice, maybe 3 times a week. But for me, I can get by at least once a week to a week and a half without having to reapply any type of grease, which is my hair dressing. Essential oils, That's a tough question because I mix my essential oils in a spray bottle with some basic oils. And I don't know if you know or not, but with essential oils, you do have to incorporate some sort of carrier oil, such as an avocado, an olive oil, or a coconut oil, because essential oils are very, very, very strong. And them in their non-diluted state can be dangerous on your scalp. Like, it can cause breakouts because it's so rich and pure. And yeah, a lot of people are easily irritated by essential oils. So you'll want to make sure that you kind of mix that in with a carrier oil if you do decide to use essential oils. But to be honest, I mean, I mix my essential oil and my hairdressing, I mix all that up in one, and I just put it on my scalp. So with me, once a week to a week and a half, I can get away with greasing my scalp. All right, everyone, so that is the end of Q&A week 6 with me, Ardrea Smith, aka Mochalatta Curls. Please keep those questions coming, and I will continue to answer them as fast as I can. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all next week.